Welcome into this Thursday edition of the Oxford Exxon Podcast. Chase Parham, Neal, McCready, Clark Ford Studio here this morning. We will, I promised yesterday we were kind of done with Jeff Lebby, but we're not. We'll talk a little more about Lebby and Ole Miss today. We'll talk some SEC bowls, some other assorted topics. Ross Dellinger with a good bit of news yesterday about the college football playoff, where things are sitting with that, and some more. So that's kind of topics for today. Here with you with the show, brought to you every single day by the Oxford Exxon, Highway 6 West in Oxford. Remember, get out your camera when you go to the pump, any blue sky location in Mississippi, including the Oxford Exxon, and you can take a picture, scan the QR code, and you will automatically be given 1,000 points. And when you do that, that equals $10 right there at the pump at that moment on that purchase. So take advantage of that. The lunch specials that are $5.69, 2 sides bread, 32-ounce drink, and much more there with the Oxford Exxon. Again, come to you from the Clark Ford Studio.
We are Clark Ford's in Amory, Mississippi, 662-257-1900. Call that number, ask for Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're looking for, and he'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours. Just right to the bottom line. No hassle, no haggle. You get your quote, and the rest is completely up to you. You can shop that quote around. You can do what I've done, what I recommend that you do, and that's hop into a Clark Ford today, 662-257-1900. Guest, join us on the Rafters Music and Food Hotline. Rafters Music and Food on the Square in Oxford would be a great place for coming up, do some shopping or whatnot this weekend. Stop at Rafters, grab a burger, grab a po' boy, appetizers, great beer selection, a full bar, and more there at Rafters Music and Food on the Square in Oxford and also in New Albany.
Get some stuff in a second. I noticed, and we're always talking about it, giving them credit for some really, really funny stuff. Did you catch the SEC shorts, like the behind the scenes of their bowl dance video?
No.
So, I mean, we always talk about it. I mean, you should watch it. It's funny. And their bowl dance video is one of their better things they do, where they have
It is great.
Picking the teams.
I will say the Birmingham Bowl did look awfully good.
The stadium did wonders for the Birmingham Bowl. That's correct.
It did.
But they put up another video this morning of their behind the scenes for that video, and I guess we all knew the turnaround times were fast. We all knew all these different things, but they filmed all that at Thompson Middle School. They actually didn't start filming until 4:30 in the afternoon. They started set up that morning at like 9. And got that thing shot and edited by 5 a.m. on Monday morning.
Wow.
I mean, like, and anybody who has any understanding of video editing whatsoever, they edited that entire video in like 4.5, 5 hours.
How big is the team?
The actual team is only a couple. Now, they had a lot of help. You could tell they had friends and people and whatnot.
To come in as actors and such.
Yeah, or just set up. I mean, I had tons of people. Like, they knew a former high school cheerleader who did the sign that they hung behind the DJ booth. I mean, but it starts a week early. Like, the sashes that the queens or whatever had on for their bowls, they started making those just out of, like, this stuff the week before. Like, they showed where they just took Jerry Palm's bowl projections and went, well, I mean, we know we'll need a Music City Bowl, and so they started doing all this. Yeah. They showed inside their essentially storage facility where they have like this locker somewhere where all the former props of all the stuff is hanging out. They've got this huge just kind of portable closet thing that has all the clothes they used over the course of the years that they can go back to. He pointed out how it took too much time, but he was really set on doing the blue cummerbund to put with the jorts for the Florida Bowl or the Florida team on Sunday. He's like, it's just worth it. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to do it. What is interesting about it is, I mean, you know this, like the guy behind the table that was doing the check-in, it was like the main guy's dad. Like they pulled him in to do that.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. That was him.
The Arkansas one where he stood there, he's A-R-K.
He goes, I've been doing this 4 years.
Yeah.
I don't have no idea. But I don't know. Anyway, really good stuff. It's worth watching it's worth watching.
He sits down and he goes, "Are you real?" That's brilliant. I mean, some of the stuff was just genius.
It's low-hanging fruit, as I said a few weeks ago, but it's so well done in low-hanging fruit that it is. It's. I mean, there's shots on everybody. You get Lincoln Riley, you get the whole deal.
Georgia arguing with Hope.
Well, so that was perfect for them, though. They needed that outcome.
They did.
Yeah, Georgia winning changes the whole deal. They needed Georgia to lose that football game to get
to Alabama, go back to being cocky Alabama.
Yeah. They've done a great – Hardman mentioned this. They've done a great job the last 3 or 4 weeks to bringing in Vanderbilt sucking and going back to college baseball every week because that's all they do. It's been really, really, really good.
They included that this time too, right?
Yeah, they had the College World Series. She was like, I don't know, it looks pretty cute to me.
Oh, yeah.
It was good. So anyway, worth
there was
watching
a lot
video.
there.
Yeah, the way they turned that thing around, because he mentioned that when he first sat down, he was worried it was going to be a 9-10 minute video where it was going to take forever, and ended up being like 5:30. They really chopped it and fine tuned it and cut it to the most they could. So anyway, good stuff there. All right, has been referenced on our chat a second ago. I don't know if mad's the word. Some frustration with the Ole Miss fan base in some circles. Again, I don't want to paint with too broad of a brush because I know a lot, or probably the majority go, whatever, it's fine.
Yeah. There are some who don't understand the nature of job.
It's this paragraph. I'm not going to call anybody by name. I'm not really calling anybody out, period. But it's I really, really trust Lane Kiffin, but this is a problem. Well, if you trust Lane Kiffin, chill out. He's not hindering his program with what the offensive coordinator does. This has not been reported anywhere in any official capacity, but we believe Jeff Lebby will return and coach the bowl game for the Rebels. He left for Oklahoma. He was in-house with the quarterback, who I'm forgetting his name, Everest, yesterday.
Yeah.
The Pick Flower mound that we talked about
Everest,
yesterday morning.
Committed to Florida. He was committed to Florida until essentially Billy Napier told him, hey, you probably ought to decommit.
Yes.
You're not going to be my quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, mad is not the right word. Whether it's the right decision is the thing being discussed, and I just don't think it has much impact on it because here's the thing: the options are not Ole Miss. Jeff Lebby recruits for Ole Miss, or Ole Miss. Jeff Lebby recruits for Oklahoma,
right?
The next week. Also, it is literally just a week. Today's the 9th. The dead period starts the 15th. It's really just
the dead period starts Sunday.
Yeah, it's just a few days.
Sunday at midnight, there can be no in-person contact between. It was the reason that there was a confusion yesterday about Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson told a reporter, I'm going to visit on the 21st. And the reporter assumed that meant December the 21st. Mm-hmm. He meant January the 21st. Because Cam Johnson he graduates from Vanderbilt in May, so he can't sign anything anyway. So there's nothing formal to be done.
There's nothing to do.
So he's going to come visit on January the 21st. But it made me double check. Effective on December the 12th, which is Sunday at midnight, you can have no in-person contact whatsoever between then and it's like January the 7th, 8th, 9th. I don't know. Somewhere in there.
After the
they have like a weekend where it's allowed, and then it goes dead again for the convention, and then it comes back, and you have what used to be the big mad rush that everybody got adrenaline from.
Yeah,
all the way until February. So the whole Jeff Lebby's going to be. Ole Miss doesn't start practice until next week. Jeff Lebby won't be able to be recruiting anybody anyway, other than text and stuff. And the whole Jeff Lebby's going to be recruiting. I interrupted you. I'm gonna stop in a minute. The whole idea, the single thought that Jeff Lebby, while on the Ole Miss campus, is going to be recruiting Ole Miss players to jump into the transfer portal and go to Oklahoma is ludicrous. It is ludicrous beyond comprehension, frankly. If you think that A, you're paranoid, my God, how do you survive? And B, you don't understand the dynamics at work here. Any more than John Sumrall is at Kentucky next week going, hey, man, I see your second team here. No. Absolutely not.
I guess that's my point, is he was going to go in on Everest yesterday either way for Oklahoma. He was going to recruit him. He's going to do it the rest of the week, and then he's going to go put powder blue back on. He's going to do the bowl game. Then he's going to take the powder blue off. He's going to put the crimson back on. He's going to go from there.
Yeah, and during his time in New Orleans, he might get a call or two from somebody, but he'll be recruiting for Oklahoma, but he's not going to be going, hey, man, listen, I know you're down to Oklahoma and Ole Miss here, and I'm down here in this place. These people suck, man. Come on. No, just no. Bottom line is this. Jeff Lebby wants to be the head coach at Ole Miss one day. Jeff Lebby believes that Lane Kiffin is not going to be here long. I'm going to break some secrets here. He believes Lane Kiffin's leaving fairly soon, and he wants to be in position to get this job. He is not going to light fire to the bridge on his way out of town.
No, I mean, the arguments are, is it necessary for him to come back and coach the game, is the better argument. And the answer is no. I don't have no problem with it, but it is not at all necessary.
It's not necessary.
Whatsoever.
But it's what Lane Kiffin wants, and it's what Matt Corral wants. And when you guys are down at the Sugar Bowl in a few weeks and you're enjoying Bourbon Street or whatever you're enjoying, I've seen people make their list of dinner reservations, and all I see is calories. When you make your dinner reservations, when you're enjoying those meals, remember Matt Corral. Because had it not been for Matt Corral, you'd be at maybe the Music City Bowl?
Okay.
I mean, I'm just keeping this honest here, right? I mean, if Matt Corral's not your quarterback, you're not 10-2. Because I can think of 2 games right off the top that you don't win if Matt Corral's not awesome.
Yeah, Arkansas, Tennessee.
If he's not awesome, you don't win those games. Frankly, you get blown out in those 2 games with an average quarterback. You just do. You get blown out against Arkansas and in Knoxville without Matt Corral. So if Matt Corral really wants Jeff Lebby to be his offensive coordinator to finish the deal, I don't think that's too much to give up here.
I just don't know that it's hindering anything is the reason. I mean, that's my point is I just don't know what the negative is. I don't think it changes anything in recruiting for either program, Oklahoma or Ole Miss, whatsoever.
No.
It's not like Lane's not going to fill the job because Lebby's still on the job. Frankly, I think contractually he's probably getting paid by Oklahoma and doing this for free from Ole Miss, if I'm honest.
I'm sure he'll get his expenses paid for and he'll get some sort of a per diem and he'll get some sort of a coaching bonus that he was going to get by coaching.
Yeah, it's like
the
somebody
game.
said, hey, is he going to get a ring? Yeah, he would have gotten that anyway.
And yes, he would get a ring. Of course. My God, he would get a ring.
Yeah.
He played a role in the 10 wins.
Yeah.
This is not
what?
I know. This is if Ole Miss doesn't sign Nick Evers next Wednesday, it will not be because Jeff Lebby recruited him for Oklahoma. You won't get Nick Evers because you didn't start recruiting him until December the 8th. And I'm not faulting them. He was committed to Florida. You would have been wasting your time. But when these things happen and you go into scramble mode, everyone's offering these guys. Like I asked Cam Johnson yesterday, who all of you heard from, and about 45 seconds later, he finished naming schools.
Yeah. Questions everybody. The answer to everybody.
I mean, it was like, and he just kind of starts going through the ACC.
Okay.
Everybody. And so if you don't get Nick Evers, it has nothing to do with Jeff Lebby. Any more than if you do get Nick Evers, it has nothing to do with Jeff Lebby. If you do get Nick Evers, it will be because Lane Kiffin convinced Nick Evers that, hey, I got this under control. I'm going to bring in somebody as the OC that's going to handle this. You're going to love it, blah, blah, blah. Jeff Lebby's main priority in Norman, Oklahoma right now is Caleb Williams.
Yeah.
I have that sourced. Now you don't have to have sources to figure that out, but that's his primary objective.
I mean, it's wild that I don't know what he's doing because he hasn't talked to anybody, and it's hard to really get much sourcing on him. But there's not any panic whatsoever that Dylan Gabriel is not going to Ole Miss because of Jeff Lebby. If anything, he's more likely to go to Ole Miss after what has happened.
It appears that Jeff Lebby told Dylan Gabriel that Ole Miss would be a really good fit for him.
Yes. I guess help us out here then. What is the huge negative to this? Because he says the fact that you guys play this off as nothing is puzzling. What is the negative?
I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, I just don't know what actually tangibly gets impacted by it. Is my thing. I mean, if I'm wrong, enlighten me. Tell me. I really mean that sincerely.
And keep this in mind with Jeff Lebby and Dylan Gabriel. If Dylan Gabriel were to go to Oklahoma, then it would absolutely solidify what we were told 1 week ago, which is he's completely tied to Jeff Lebby. If he goes to Ole Miss, it will be because Jeff Lebby recommended to Dylan Gabriel that he go to Ole Miss.
Had Jeff Lebby never been at Ole Miss,
he doesn't ever visit.
Not at Ole Miss. No.
He doesn't even visit. But he came up, and I'm told that he liked it. I'm told that Kiffin did a good job with him, and I'm told that Lebby told him this would be a really good fit for you. Dylan Gabriel was aware that Jeff Lebby was leaving because everyone at UCF who was trying to convince him not to leave told him Jeff Lebby is not going to be the offensive coordinator at Ole Miss next year.
Yeah, Doris says if that was the case, why did Saban tell Kiffin to pack his ish and keep it moving? He didn't until after the first game. He coached the first playoff game.
And there's
a lot there.
There was a lot there.
That's not Jeff Lebby's situation.
There's a lot there that has never gotten out. It's probably never going to get out. Doesn't need to get out, but there was a lot there. Lane Kiffin at that point was a distraction.
Yeah. Had Lane Kiffin not had whatever going on that we're not talking about, he would have coached the championship game.
Absolutely.
Saban did not run Kiffin off because he had taken another job. It had nothing to do with anything.
It was a distraction.
If anything, he wanted the continuity because he was trying to win a national championship.
Yes.
Yeah. That had nothing to do with anything at all. So no, that's not.
And Lane had taken a head coaching job where he needed to assemble a staff.
Yeah. Yeah, Lebby's not a distraction. The team is fine. Everything's good. There is no distraction.
No.
I mean,
And again, they're not going to do some mini camp. They're not going to come to Oxford and go 10 days of development. Now, they might talk some of that crap to media because there's a handful of media that need to hear that for their hearts to be full, but it's a lie. It's a beat-up roster. They're not going to go get physical and have a bunch of scrimmages and stuff. They're going to be as healthy as possible and as rested as possible because they're going to try to blitzkrieg Baylor on January the 1st. And then I'll touch the last thing.
Yeah, sure.
If you don't get Arch Manning in the spring, it is not because Jeff Lebby is recruiting him for Oklahoma. If you don't get Arch Manning in the spring, it's because he decided to go to Georgia, and that is absolutely the school you should be worried about right now, Georgia.
I mean, frankly, I think, and this is tea leaf, this is reading a little bit. I mean, I haven't talked to anybody, but just from what I am getting, I feel like Ole Miss, as much as you can take an Access Bowl seriously, is taking this incredibly serious, trying to get this 11th win.
Yes.
They appear to be trying to do everything possible. And look, it kind of helps everybody. It's almost kind of a no-lose situation to me. That's why I'm not even perplexed. I felt like it was a topic this morning, is that it also helps Jeff Lebby. He's getting on national television and gets it talked about all day, but that doesn't hinder Ole Miss. If anything, Ole Miss, I mean, like, it's kind of a bunch of nothing.
So here's something. Jason Peep says, isn't it weird that Lebby is on the road recruiting Ole Miss targets? So we're referring to this one kid, Nick Evers. Nick Evers decommitted from Florida, and as his father said, he's been speed dating. The phone probably hasn't stopped ringing. How many schools would you guess called Nick Evers in the 24 hours after he decommitted from Florida?
30.
I would say, that was my number, I would guess 30 schools, 30 D1 schools recruited him. So, yeah, Jeff Lebby's recruiting him to Oklahoma in the same way that everybody else is recruiting the kid. People are just taking a
But again, that's not the point. He was going to recruit Evers either way.
Right.
It's not like because he left, he's not like it just.
Right.
And he didn't go in there, and I'm just telling you, he didn't. He did not go in and badmouth Ole Miss.
No chance.
I mean, I would bet literally my life on it.
No, he talked about Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Why Oklahoma would be a fit.
Because there's the thing, too. Good recruiters don't talk about other schools.
Right.
We're going to tell you everything good about my school. The really bad recruiters go, that they suck over there because that just pisses people off.
If anything, he probably said, if you want to see what we do, look at what we did at Ole Miss with Matt Corral. And if it gets to the point that the kid talks to the head coach, Lane Kiffin will say, look what we did with Matt Corral.
Doris, he was going to recruit the other kids anyway. Like, he's not going to not recruit guys that Ole Miss is in on as well just because he's at Oklahoma now. He's just not.
No.
I mean, I don't think this just doesn't have an impact on anything. If a kid gets into the portal after the Sugar Bowl and goes to Oklahoma and he plays on offense, and I'll go, okay, you might have had a point, but otherwise, I just don't understand it.
Yeah. I mean, who are we talking about? Dennis Jackson? I mean, seriously, who are we talking about? I mean, who are the potentials to do that?
Yeah.
If they hop in the portal and go elsewhere, they were hopping in the portal anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard Jerry and Ely might hop in the portal, but I've heard a different school than Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is just the way it is. These are we're going to talk about it later with some other stuff that I haven't even seen yet. Chase is going to fill me in, but it's just how it works.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got coaches right now, for example. I'm going to tell you, whoever is Ole Miss's next offensive coordinator, the odds are, unless it's an NFL coach, he's out recruiting for School X right now.
Mm-hmm. Podcast brought to you in part by Visit Oxford. Visit oxfordms.com. Holly Jolly Holidays going through December the 12th. Ice skating at the Armory Pavilion right there off University Avenue. Real ice this year. You got a kid needs a little help standing up. They'll help you out with that as well. They have Decker the Dolphin there to push around, make sure you don't fall down.
What's the Dolphin's name?
Decker.
Yeah,
double Decker. Decker the Dolphin is the.
Is he related to the shark?
I don't think so. I don't think the shark gets invited to the family reunions or anything. I think nobody claims him. I think that's where you do the thing. If hey, that's not my brother, that's my father's son, kind of thing.
Has the shark been disowned?
It's been around, but not prominently around. And yes, it is being de-emphasized to whatever degree that is true. Yeah.
He's slowly being cut off.
He's not in the will. The inheritance is not headed to the shark.
I mean, is the day coming that Ole Miss takes the shark, drives him to some remote location,
drops him off at the farm,
and says, "Here's $1,000. Best of luck.
Oh,
don't call. Yeah. Good luck."
Probably should go join the army or something.
Yeah, maybe even takes them to an army base and go, "This would be a good place."
Yeah, maybe so.
Sorry.
Yeah, all good. Holiday. Carriage rides on the square. You can do those. You get Santa on Saturday at Visit Oxford. So a lot of different things going on Holiday. Second annual for that. Really cool stuff. So take kids ice skating. Got food trucks. Got all kind of food, refreshments, and much more. Visit oxfordms.com/events.
We're also brought to you by Walk-Ons. Walk-On Sports Bistro puts everything they've got into bringing you game day with the taste of Louisiana. Dig into their mouth-watering Louisiana cuisine. Po' boys, gumbo, voodoo shrimp, fan favorites like juicy burgers, fresh salads, quality and fresh ingredients you can't help but crave. It's open at 1737B University Avenue in Oxford. Looked like they had a big crowd early yesterday afternoon. I was getting Carson from soccer to his math tutor and looked at there was a lot of people there. And also it's open in Jackson, 720 Highland Colony Parkway in Ridgeland. So check that out at Walk-Ons. And make sure you tell them that you appreciate them sponsoring our pregame and postgame show throughout this football season. We would appreciate that as well. We're also brought to you by BroThrow. It's a social sports betting network, free to use. It's a really cool, fun way to bet. No third party, no juice over time. That's going to save you money. You can start your own group, make friends, invite your friends. Payment happens within 24 hours of the conclusion of your bet. bet.brothrow.com/MPW is the way to get registered. We're also brought to you by Muddy Water Outdoors. Go to muddywateroutdoors.com. It's Muddy Water Camo. Enter the promo code Rebel Grove, and you get 35% off everything, $100 or more. If you order that, it's free shipping on your order as well. Be a great holiday gift place to go look. Speaking of holidays, it's the Holiday 2021 promotion at Dead Soxy, the best socks you'll ever put on your feet. And the more you buy, the more you save. So off any order, you enter the promo code Rebel Grove, you get 25% off. If you order more than $120 worth of socks, it's Holiday 30, Holiday 30, get 30% off. If you order $240 or more of socks, you might guess it's Holiday 40, and you get 40% off. Each tier has a code that must be applied at checkout. Each order over $120 gets a free mesh bag, and while supplies last, and free shipping on orders of $60 or more. We're also brought to you by Game Changer Patch Company, the only 2-patch system available in the market to stop hangovers before they start. These patches work. Just telling you, I've used them a few times. It is a difference maker. The warm-up patch is used before while you drink. The overtime patch is used after you've been drinking to recover while you sleep. The all-natural ingredients will keep you in the game, ready for the next play. It's GameChangerPatch.com. Promo code RebelGrove20 at checkout for 20% off your purchase. And we're brought to you by my friend Clay McNutt in Baldwin, Mississippi. Clay owns ACS, Automation and Control Systems, LLC. It's a complete electrical control system solution provider and a Rockwell Automation recognized system integrator. ACS has a full-time dedicated emergency service and troubleshooting staff and a UL 508A panel shop. They can custom tailor software packages, custom design electrical control panel solutions, and much more. It's ACSLLCMS.com or call 662-601-4600. 4381.
Podcast also brought to you by Community Mortgage, Oxford, Memphis, Soto County, and Chattanooga. All underwriting and processing is done in Memphis, so you can local underwriting and understand your market. Leader in condo financing, the float down option, and more. You can find Jason at 662-234-2704 or JLOWE at communitymtg.com. Mike McIntyre gets a head job. He's the new head coach at Florida International, FIU. They went 1-11 this past season, beating CW Post in the opener and then getting hammered.
Is Mike actually going to get paid, or is this a charitable?
It's almost kind of like upward basketball or something where you just
where OPC calls and goes,
CW Post. Any guess on a state that CW Post is in?
Pennsylvania?
It was a good guess. New York.
New York.
It is in Brookville, New York. It is the largest campus of the private Long Island University system. So, yes. Named after breakfast cereal inventor C.W. Post.
I figured that.
Yeah. So, saying.
They're the ones that made, like, the...
They're the Sharks.
I was trying to think of the name of the cereal.
What?
It was the Post cereal. It was the...
There's a lot of Post cereals. What are we thinking of?
It was like the little crunchy granola stuff.
Grape Nuts.
Grape Nuts, thanks.
Where you feel like you're chewing on styrofoam over and over and over again.
Yeah, well, the only way that you can make them edible is to pour sugar on them, which sort of defeats the purpose, which makes you wonder why does anyone buy these things?
You're not a fan, is what you're saying.
I'm not a big cereal person. Are you a cereal person?
I will have moments.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have to kind of crave it. But
so when you crave cereal, what cereal do you crave?
I know.
Is it like a sweet thing?
No, it's Crispix. I like Crispix.
Really?
Yeah, I know. Almost like Chex Mix. Like I know it's weird, but yeah, that's the
by itself with sugar or what?
No, just milk. I mean, I don't mind if you put a banana or something in it, but no. It's something about there's something about the texture to it that's kind of crunchy. Like it's more of a texture cold thing that I'm craving even more than what the actual cereal tastes like. But
I got you.
Yeah, I want something a little crunchy, but not like Grape Nuts crunchy. That's a whole different deal. But
yeah.
But no, I'm not ever going to like just be like, hey, I really want to make sure I have cereal for the most part now.
Right.
But I don't feel like it fills me up. Like I feel like I eat it and I'm like, okay, well that did nothing from a meal standpoint.
I can't remember the last time I even had cereal.
Really?
Carson gets that Special K with the chocolate stuff in it. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. That's what it is. Chocolate Special K. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I've had that. It's fine.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it gets soggy super fast. Once it gets soggy, I'm out.
Yeah. See, the more I'm thinking about it, it's a texture thing because I don't mind Special K or some of those things that have some crunch to them, but I don't care at all for like Lucky Charms or like
super sweet stuff.
Yeah, not for the most. But not, if it's there and I just need a bite of something, maybe, but not really. No, it's not really a thing. Yeah, I'm not predicting anything on Zach Evans. I mean, if you want to take some predictions on Zach Evans, feel free.
Yeah, no,
that is not my move today.
No.
I would rather bang my head against the wall than predict what Zach Evans is going to do.
Go buy a lottery ticket and see what happens.
Your chances are just as good.
I mean, and your chances today could be totally different than your chances tomorrow. He's a recruiting dream because he is the day-to-day drama change. I'm convinced that a lot of people that crave the recruiting stuff, it's like the soap opera. It's not the actual recruiting, it's the drama that comes with those handful of guys.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I mean, I just don't think people change their minds daily much. But he might be the exception to the rule.
I think I'm not 100% sure that he doesn't do that.
Well, he started a live Instagram yesterday, and I'm embarrassed to admit this. I just hit it. I happened to see it, so
you
I hit
watched it.
Well, it was only like a minute, and it was him going through the McDonald's drive-through line.
That was it.
That was it. He ordered 20-piece nuggets, small fries, high C, and sweet and sour dipping sauce.
I mean, I
immediately researched how many calories that was.
And this is nothing against Evans at all, but I kind of want Joseph. I'll predict Evans at Ole Miss when the Joker's sitting in class.
Yeah.
When I see the jersey, I go, okay, maybe.
When Ole Miss puts
50-50.
when Ole Miss puts out the release that says he signed, I'll be like, oh, son of a bitch. Happened.
Yeah. Otherwise, no.
Yeah, otherwise I'm like, whatever. I mean,
he's the equivalent of like in the baseball thing when you would do the draft. It would be, hey, did they come to class the first day?
Yeah.
Where, hey, yeah, he's coming up. Until he sits at that math class, I got nothing. He's signing with the Dodgers until he's sitting there in that
until someone hits the button on the timer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, okay, hold on a minute. I missed this as I was rambling on. What did he eat?
20-piece McDonald's nuggets.
Okay.
A small fry. Yep. And a large high C with sweet and sour dipping sauce.
A lot of sugar.
A lot of sugar.
It's a lot of sugar.
Yeah. I mean, I literally cringed.
I mean, that's a lot of sugar.
That's a lot of calories.
The large high C, the sweet and sour sauce.
Yeah.
Which is my least favorite dipping sauce of anything.
Yeah.
It's just too sweet. The 20-piece McNugget, though, that's like a really good value, right? Like I've seen on the internet multiple places. Like, I mean, I know you go real often. But
that's like places I don't go for.
Am I wrong here? Because I don't eat McDonald's. It's the one fast food place that I absolutely can't stand at all. I don't eat it. But can't you get like the 10-piece for like a certain price and like the 20-piece for like 85 cents more or something? Like, isn't their pricing really weird where it makes you want to do the bulk?
I don't know.
I'm going to try that today.
No.
We could film a video, see how fast you could eat 20 McDonald's nuggets.
I mean, I'm sure I could eat them pretty fast.
And you can't do a Peloton ride for 3 days after.
No. You don't understand the level of self-loathing that would kick in. I mean, you just don't. You don't completely get it. The only way I could do that is if I did like a 3-hour ride beforehand.
Where you know you've already retroacted. You
told
preemptively kill the
Yeah,
the
we're
calories.
just doing a cancel thingy.
Okay.
That's the only way mentally that I'd be able to stand it.
Yeah, I mean, what was the God forbid? What was the challenge back in the day? It was 2 fries, 2 nuggets, a double quarter pounder with cheese, and then maybe 3 other quarter pounders with cheese.
Is that right?
I think that's what it was. But then that the food was not even the problem. I think it was
the
4.
drinks.
It was 4 soft drinks.
Yeah.
And everybody who tried to do it, so even the people that did it without too much trouble, said the drinks are the problem because they fill so much stomach space. That you can kind of scarf down the food and do whatever, but the drinks are because I mean you can just get water, but that's still 80 ounces of water in your body while you're eating.
Yeah.
The rest of the
food.
It
would be the fluid that would get you, I would think.
No, you can go online and see a lot of people eat this. Like, it was actually one of the food challenges that most people did actually finish. Godfrey threw up, but most people relatively finish this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can watch somebody like Matt Stoney does a lot of stuff like this. I mean, he probably ate it in like 3.5 minutes. I mean, literally, like just.
Really?
I mean, that's probably being a little hyperbolic, but yeah, really, really fast. Yes. Something like that. It's like the woman that ate the 72-ounce steak in like 7 minutes or whatever it was.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah. The size and everything's just.
You think you could eat a 72-ounce steak?
I don't think so.
I don't think I could either.
I think there are certain food challenges I would give myself a puncher's chance. I don't think that's one.
Yeah, I don't think I could either.
Yeah. I mean, I think if you put a number on some chicken nuggets, on some tacos, something like that, I'd give it a shot.
Something like that, yeah.
But that steak.
Yeah, it'd be tough to do. I don't think I could do it.
Do you eat if you have to do the steak challenge, I promise we're going to move. Do you eat the sides first or the steak first? Because you got to have the salad, the potato, and the roll.
I'd probably have to eat the sides first.
And then just go,
because the steak's going to.
Now the steak is here.
Yeah, I would guess. I don't know.
Yeah, Hardman said the woman, and I cannot remember her name, did it 3 times in a row. So 3 steaks and fixings in one sitting.
Wow.
Yeah. As Mark said, yes, apparently you have 20 minutes before your brain is full, but I'm just telling you, that's
Avery's still mad about nuggets and wings, so yeah.
Been over this, okay?
I'm with you. We covered that ground.
I'm just saying. I mean, it is what it is. I can't help you wrong.
I know.
I was trying to see how long it took Stoney to eat this. I actually had it up, and I don't know. I'm looking, but anyway. What are we talking about? I'm all over the place. We'll go to Dellinger in a second. Talk about that. Not talking to him. Just run.
They're wanting us to dive further into the Ely thing, and I'm not. I can't.
I'm not touching that.
I'm not touching it. I don't know that it's going to happen. I don't know that it's not going to happen. I don't know what Jarian's going to do. I just know that was out there in the second half of the football season. I don't anticipate the running back room will look exactly the same next year.
Oh, no, I don't either. I don't think everybody's back.
I don't either. I don't think there's any chance.
Yeah, I don't buy that at all. No, that's not
If you made me bet one way or the other, they're all back or they're all gone, I would bet all gone. And I don't think either will happen. I think it'll be somewhere in the middle, but there's, in my mind, no scenario where the 4 running backs are all back next year.
2?
Yeah, about 2, sure.
3?
Go to 2 before I went to 3. I might go to 3 before I went to 1, but I'd put my money on 2.
It's okay. Matt Stoney ate 2 large fries. I think it's 1 double and 3 other quarter pounders, and then 2 the big chicken nuggets things, 4 drinks. He ate all that in 8 minutes and 55 seconds.
That's incredible.
8:55. Matt Stoney's time.
There's a 0% chance I could pull that off.
Well, I mean, I don't know if anybody else in the world could. I mean, he literally, that's his thing. But yeah, 8:55 for that. Making me almost kind of sick.
Yeah.
So Cam Johnson, did you talk to him? Did you feel like he's taking a bunch of visits, or at least a lot of whatever? Like, where'd you sort of feel like his mindset is right now? And I'm asking you to read a person's mind.
No, he was. First of all, he was very candid. He was very nice. He sounded like someone who was about to graduate from Vanderbilt in 3 years.
Okay.
Very bright. I think he knows what he wants to do, but I think he knows that he's got lots of opportunities, and he's going to take a couple visits. But he did say that if he takes a visit and he's like, okay, that's good, I'm good.
He would.
I'm probably done. Yeah, he's not.
There's no reason to do the 5 and the 10.
Well, no, he's not eager to go back and be 18 years old and go through the whole I'm going to have a signing day celebration kind of a thing. I mean, he's looking for the right place to build his football skills. He's going to have a degree from Vanderbilt in his back pocket. Mm-hmm. Pretty good thing to have. So he'll be in grad school, and he's looking for an opportunity to win.
Yeah, he's played a lot of bad football.
Yeah, he's played on a lot of bad football teams. He talked about watching Ole Miss's offense. Even that was a day when Ole Miss's offense, frankly, wasn't very good. And he still was like, yeah, that would be kind of fun. Mm-hmm. I think it's Ole Miss, but he's got some other opportunities. He said he might visit a couple other places just to kind of make sure. But, he at one point they talked about trying to get it done, like come this weekend, hurry. And then they realized there's no point because he's got to be in Nashville until the first part of May.
Okay.
But he does want to pick a place where on the weekends during the spring he can come
start getting acclimated.
Or stand and talk to coaches and watch practice and kind of get an idea of what's kind of going on and that kind of thing because he wants to show up in June ready to go. He said Ole Miss talked about him playing outside and inside, but primarily inside. And he's like, I'm cool with that because that's what I'm best at.
He's majoring in human and organizational development. Someone asked that.
Okay.
I don't even know what that means.
What means the development and organization of humans and organizations?
Yes, that is.
You're welcome. Thanks. I'm here to help.
ULM stuff coming through.
Yeah, boy.
That's what you did to human and organizational development.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
It's the development of humans and organizations. How you develop them.
30 hours of communications grad school, is that right?
Yes, sir. 36, I think.
Oh, was it?
I think so. And I had to write a thesis.
What's your thesis on?
It was on something about the effect of
I don't know this.
If I can remember. The effect of animated shows on like childhood communication skills or something. I don't remember.
Really?
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
Where'd you come up with that topic?
I had some help,
Okay.
but it was a lot of work. We did a whole bunch of stuff on The Simpsons.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
It was actually pretty interesting by the end of the day.
Okay.
Those were that last semester of grad school. I mean, I make a lot of jokes, but that last semester of grad school, bartending,
While doing
40
all
hours
that.
a week, doing an assistantship, finishing school, and writing a thesis was a crash course in time management.
Yeah. Katie, I'm sorry for ruining your morning talking about the food challenges. Yeah, and we kind of got whatever. Podcast brought to you in part by Northeast Spark, NESPARC. Service people across rural communities. 2 packages, Ignite for 100 Mbps, or the Blaze, the 1 gig that powers the Clark Ford studio. Your hometown team bringing you world-class broadband. NESpark.com. 662-238-3159. Phone service is available. Portal controls, network security, and much more. So get the best internet around. Call the office, 662-238-3159.
Pinpoint Commercial Real Estate is based out of Jackson. They service the entire state and all commercial asset classes such as retail, office, industrial, and land. This week's property spotlight's on Paragon Center in Ridgeland. It's comprised of 150,000 square feet of office space located on Highland Colony Parkway, minutes from the new Costco, Walk-On Sports Bistro, and I-55. This section of Highland Colony is experiencing substantial commercial growth. It's located alongside some of the most affluent neighborhoods in Mississippi. If you'd like to learn more about it, get in touch with Sam Cox, BB Mitchell, 601-586-3220. With Christmas just, what is it now, 2.5 weeks away? Is it that close?
16 days.
Yeah. With Christmas getting close, you really need to start planning for holiday gifting if you haven't already. Our friends at Blue Delta have the perfect gift for the season. Blue Delta has introduced their video gift cards. It's a gift card with the built-in video screen. It's easy. Simply head to BlueDeltaJeans.com, purchase a gift card, and Blue Delta will help you record a personalized message and upload the video card for you. Supply chain issues will be a problem this Christmas, but these video gift cards are a surefire way to make sure the gifts get delivered. The guys at Blue Delta sent me one of these. It's a great concept, great presentation. It's the perfect gift for a single person or a group of employees. That's BlueDeltaJeans.com to purchase, or shoot the guys at Blue Delta a DM on their social media, and they'll get you taken care of. Let's see. Has a little issue. Here we go. We're also brought to you by our friends at Lammon's. I was in Lammon's yesterday, as a matter of fact. Great service. They'll take super care of you. If you're coming into town, thinking about doing some Christmas shopping that's jewelry related, stop at Lammon's. It's 1126 North Lamar Boulevard. They've been serving the Oxford area for almost 75 years. Engagement rings, wedding rings, fine jewelry, watches, pearls, fashion jewelry, children's jewelry, collectibles, and more. Lammon's is the gold standard in fine jewelry. Visit them at lammonsfinejewelry.com or call them at 662-234-2777. As I was leaving yesterday, this guy comes in. He goes, "It's my girlfriend's 21st birthday today. I need to get something." I was like, "Yeah, you do. You do, my man. You need to get that figured out." Yeah. Wait until the last minute on that one's a little risky. The podcast brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. They will sponsor Hand Raise Guys tonight. Different names, same great products and services. If you live in Oxford, Tupelo, or the surrounding area, call Comer, 662-801-1777. Or call, if you live in Hernando, Memphis, DeSoto County, that area, get in touch with the people at Southern, 662-429-4429. And we're brought to you by the College Corner, it's your one-stop Rebel Shop, 2 locations in the Jackson area in Ridgeland. It's next to Flowwood. It's next to Fleet Feet. In Flowwood, it's next to Half Shell. If you don't live in Jackson, it's okay. Go to collegecornerstore.com. Plus, you can find them on Facebook and Instagram. They have the largest selection of Rebel gear in central Mississippi.
Podcast also brought by Nick's Tan and Associates. That's nickstanoxford.com, 662-281-1200. Use them for the buy side or the sell side for property here in Lafayette County. Somebody you know and trust in a market that's still pretty crazy right now. So you can find their contact inside my message board signature. Again, go to nickstanoxford.com, 662-281-1200, and tell them we sent you.
So Tiger Woods back playing golf? I'm not sabotaging.
He's been hitting golf balls. He can hit any shot. He said he just cannot hit it as far as he once could, but he has
He can go enjoy the game now?
Yeah, he's committed to playing with his son in that father-son event later this month or whenever it is.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, he
Awesome.
said that he gave an interview last week in his tournament at the Hero and said that he does not foresee, obviously, and this is not a surprise, he does not foresee ever playing a complete PGA Tour schedule again. However, barring any setbacks, he's optimistic that he can pick and choose a few events from here to there to play.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but yes, he's playing with Charlie at
well, that's really cool.
Events.
I'm glad to hear that. That's I did not know that. That's really good.
Yeah. He put that video up on Twitter 2 weeks ago or so of him hitting some wedges wherever he was, and then he said on Saturday or Sunday that he made some joke about how I can still hit drivers, it just doesn't go as far, but like he can hit every club in the bag. So
that's great.
Yeah, I mean, for a guy who thought they were going to lose a leg there at one point. So all the commissioners had press conferences around whatever was going on this week, and I thought some of Sankey's stuff. I'm not really worried about Bowlesby because he's a non-factor inside the whole deal right now. Just true. Sankey though, I'm just going to kind of quick hit some of these. He was asking if there's too many teams in Division I. He says one can make that argument. What's his quote there? Might be a sign to just look around a little bit on that answer there.
Yeah, those are words to read.
Because you can make the argument Greg Sankey's the most powerful person in college athletics right now.
And Greg Sankey often speaks in code. You often have to parse his words.
But you're saying there is meaning to it.
Yes. Lots of meaning right there.
You think he did actually mean something he said there?
Yes. Confucius says yes. Yes.
Okay.
If you're a non-Power 5, those are words that
was a scary sentence right there.
They should send chills down your spine.
Okay. Hang on. Greg said what? No.
Yeah.
He was just spitballing. Don't worry about it. No, just move on. Let's see. He says, why can't the SEC operate their own championships? Well, we could, but there's this thing in life, not just because you can doesn't mean you should, was his answer there.
That's a good answer.
Said he seemed a little frustrated. He said if you're going to expand the college football playoff, you're going to expand games, period.
Yes.
He's frustrated because at least one or multiple people inside that committee are mad that they're expanding games. And he's going, well, how do you want to add more teams and not expand games? Well, you can't do both.
It's my understanding that the Pac-12 has even advocated for going back to a 10-game season.
The Pac-12 appears to be Switzerland in this thing from reading from Ross, and said the Pac-12 basically just said, hey, leave us in your thing and you can do whatever the hell you want to. Yeah. They're completely flexible and saying, hey, y'all figure it out and let us know what you want to do.
Okay.
They know they have a seat at the table to some extent no matter what, and I feel like they know they probably don't have a ton of power right now. So it's just whatever they do completely, and they'll go along for it. Let's see. Sankey, of course, said that he thinks the 14 playoff works really well, which SEC has 2 teams. I'm not surprised he thinks that.
Yeah, but it does.
He's a little frustrated here because they talked about how people started griping about the results of the subcommittee and getting more people involved with the playoff expansion and catching criticism for that. But his quote was, everyone knew there were 4 people involved in the expansion subcommittee. That was not a secret. No one complained until it was introduced. Basically, meaning they put them in charge, and then once they come through and they give final answers, he's getting pushback from multiple avenues at that point.
So not to sabotage where you're going, but the pushback right now on the 12 is about television. What is the pushback on the 12 team? What is the ultimate
games,
thing?
It's extra games.
Okay.
It's a little bit of TV, and it's just, I mean, it's almost taking kind of a, I hate to say a union approach because that's too strong, but just like, what are we doing? Are we just expanding to expand when 8 could serve the same purpose? Because the 9th team is probably no more likely to win this thing than the 13th is.
Sure.
So what difference is it at that point?
Right.
And I've got the 3 models that are doing the most there. I'll mention that in a second. He does not believe there will be a super league, a for-profit super league for college football. Sankey does not. He said his biggest disappointment as conference commissioner was how the 2016 Florida LSU Hurricane Matthew game movement was handled. He said that's the thing that still bothers him the most at that point. Just a little aside there.
That would be an interesting 30 for 30 to dive into how that all went down.
Yeah. Somebody expressed concern when the early National Signing Day was implemented on changing the early signing day, because there is talk about that. Some people want to move this early signing day to January instead of December.
Yeah.
And push it back a little bit. Sankey said we may have let the toothpaste out of the tube and it won't go back, was his
I think he's right.
His answer there. Pac-12 commissioner continues to say they will not expand in any way. He even going to the point to pointing out that he has had ADs call him about it, and he tells them they are not expanding. No, you can believe him or not believe him, I don't know, but that's where that is sitting.
They're contracting.
Their problem is not losing.
Yeah.
No, we're not adding people. We're not.
Not yet.
Klifikoff, he's also just suggesting, and this actually picked up some traction yesterday, about how stupid the scheduling games so long out is, and he's pitching some version of an NFL model where you do annual scheduling and the conferences are involved in setting up exciting or interesting matchups for all the teams.
Now, fans would be for that.
Yeah.
There would be, can you imagine the gnashing of teeth over what's fair on that?
That part.
It almost would be worth watching.
I mean, that would be chaos. Hang on, I've got a team that wins time. You're going to put me with that non-conference schedule?
Yeah, so would you do it NFL style where the teams that won played the harder schedules and the teams that lost plays
No.
No.
There's too much regionality and stuff to college football for that to be I just don't think that's a thing. Let's see. He said the Pac-12 commissioner was frustrated with the subcommittee because he thought it was announced poorly to the fans and to the public. He said that he felt like everybody acted like it was something that was going to go in immediately when that was never the way it was going to be, and that it was poorly introduced.
Referring to the 12 team?
Yeah, the first set of or just in general, that, hey, there's a playoff that we're about to get on this thing, and that really wasn't the case. So the three models that have picked up the most steam at this point is that 12 teams, the 6 highest-ranked automatic qualifiers, and the 6 at-large. That's the one that they've been pushing out all over the place since the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And that model, Ole Miss would be the 8 seed or the 9 seed and play Oklahoma State in an 8-9 game, would be how that played out. In the first round, they would play Alabama in the second round.
And that game would be on a campus. It'd either be in Oxford or Stillwater.
That is my understanding,
okay.
Yes. The 12-team playoff with 5 Power 5 champ automatic qualifiers, 1 Group of 5 champ automatic qualifier, and 6 at-large. So the exact same format, except it guarantees a Group of 5 team getting in. Because that first thing, actually, I take that back. That's the one that has been pushed around. The other one is just 6 highest-ranked automatic qualifiers of any whatever, no matter what. And then the 6 at large. And then one that has picked up some steam in recent days, although I still don't think it's going to do it, is 8 teams and is literally just the highest ranked 8 teams, all at large, no automatic qualifiers.
Ooh.
They just take 8.
And eliminate the on-campus playoff game.
I don't know. No idea. Yeah. I don't know what they're doing or not doing with that. I'm not sure. I don't have a problem with any of them, frankly.
No.
I don't care.
I've said all along.
I've gotten a little more into the 12 as time has gone on.
You've gotten more into the 12?
Yeah. I was really a proponent of 8 for a long time. Frankly, I don't even mind 6 if we're completely honest.
The idea of on-campus first-round games.
I do like that. No, I
just think it has a chance to be really cool.
Yeah, I have no problem with that at all.
And you can let those losing teams go to a bowl game.
Oh. Even after the playoff loss.
Yeah.
Because that puts them in
because they're going to play in mid-December. You'd have a lot of opt-outs and stuff, but that's okay. The goal of the playoff game, the goal of the bowl game, is to have a reward for the players. They get to go someplace, get a bunch of swag, get a bunch of stuff, get wined and dined for a week, and then play in a final game on a neutral site that's got a bowl patch and all that stuff. That is the point of the bowl. I mean, does anybody, at the end of the day, does anyone outside of Arkansas and Penn State, and maybe including Arkansas and Penn State, really care who wins the Outback Bowl this year? No. The point of the Outback Bowl, right, is to reward those two teams for having seasons. That's the point of the game. The game has no meaning other than that. Am I correct?
That is correct.
So what would be the difference if you took a team that lost an on-campus first-round game and let them go play in the Outback Bowl? It has no less meaning. What it adds is meaningful games. The playoff adds meaningful games. I mean, we're going to talk and we're going to spend a bunch of money to cover the Sugar Bowl and all that stuff, and we're going to talk about it and do a pregame show and a postgame show and all that stuff, but the game doesn't matter. It does, but it doesn't. There is nothing at stake other than a trophy. But if Ole Miss and Baylor, who I think are 7 and 8, were playing each other in some form of a quarterfinal game, whoa. You're alive for a national championship.
Bowlesby seemed annoyed that he was not invited into the alliance, as we were calling it back in September yesterday. The ACC, the Big Ten, and the Pac-12.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Bob's made him some enemies over the last few weeks.
He's been mad at everybody.
He's
going on a bit of a tantrum tour.
Well, to his credit, he's kind of letting it all hang out. But
I mean, what's it hurt?
Again,
to your constituents, hey, go be pissed.
Yeah, but
that's the goal.
To the other people, they're like, okay, well, I mean, it kind of felt personal. And I don't know that Greg Sankey's the one that you want to say, and I took that personally. I don't know that that's the guy you want to mess with.
Not messing with him as much as he is the three other. He's frustrated he was not in that ACC, Big Ten, Pac-12 mix.
Yeah.
That they didn't all get together and leave Greg out here on his own island.
Why would they do that? ESPN's liable to go, nah, we're good. We'll just stay with these guys. Guaranteed.
Yeah. I don't need Kansas State. I'm good. We'll move on without our.
I mean,
I get Houston and Cincinnati now.
Have you looked at the TV ratings for SEC games?
And Big Ten.
Yeah.
Big Ten had a huge year in TV ratings.
Frankly, the two leagues that ought to go, hey.
How about we?
Y'all want to go in on this together?
Yeah.
Y'all be the AFC, we be the NFC, or vice versa. However you want to do that, and let's just do this.
Yeah.
There's 16. I mean, there's 14 SEC. Be 16 SEC teams. How many teams are in the Big Ten right now?
14 or 12.
Whatever. Let them add up to 16.
Yeah.
16, 16's 32, which kind of sounds like an NFL number.
That sounds like
boom. You don't think that would work? I'm gonna tell you now. And all jokes aside, everybody in these other leagues better be cool. There's two really big dogs in the room. The Pac-12 can't do anything that resembles Ohio State, Michigan. Just can't touch it. The ACC can't do anything that resembles Alabama, Georgia. Can't do it. Can't touch it. What's the remnants of the Big 12, my God in heaven, can't even think about it. I mean, who else are we talking about? Cincinnati, Notre Dame? I mean, Notre Dame could go, okay, well, we're big enough. You know what? Y'all going to do that? We'll join the Big Ten. And that'll be that. It's why I'm always amazed at the little dog kind of yapping at the big dog when all you got to do is make it mad. And Sankey, I'm going to be honest with you, some of the things that you've said sounds a little irritated.
He's frustrated to be spending the time he is at this thing and not getting anything accomplished and everybody else just barking at one another.
Because
that's what he's doing.
There would be a lot of people who go, well, that's not the way it used to be. ESPN would go, sign me up. So now I'm going to get a
kickoff Saturday, Alabama, Michigan.
Sure.
Yeah.
You don't think that'd be big?
Georgia, Ohio State.
Texas, Ohio State.
Yeah.
Second Saturday in September.
Yeah. Lane Kiffin headed to Camp Randall in Wisconsin.
Absolutely.
We'll
Can you
watch.
imagine?
Yeah.
You don't think ESPN would sign up for Ole Miss, Wisconsin at Camp Randall, do you?
Yeah.
Battle of styles.
Yeah,
I mean, you can hear the marketing campaign right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not many dogs in that deal.
Uh-huh.
You'd get a Vanderbilt Northwestern game where everybody could call it the Academic Bowl.
The Brain Bowl.
Oh, the Brain Bowl. Yeah, I mean, it'd be so easy. It'd be years before it got old.
Might never.
It might not. I mean, Kentucky, Indiana would be a rivalry game. Bang. Like that.
Yeah.
I mean,
some
just
basketball jokes,
boom.
and we'll go play.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
It'd be a rivalry game right away.
Yeah. For every South Carolina, Illinois, you'd get a lot of really freaking good games.
Sure.
Yeah.
You don't think people here would get jacked up about Michigan State coming to town?
Yeah.
Going to Iowa coming here. I mean, I'm just thinking out loud. Penn State coming here.
Yeah.
Did you see what happened when Auburn went to Penn State? The place was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
When Penn State comes to Auburn, Jordan Hare will be nuts.
Yeah.
I mean, it's what sits out there is that kind of thing, and these other schools go. These other leagues get weird about it. It's why the Pac-12 being Switzerland is smart.
Yeah.
But Bowlesby's got to understand you're irrelevant soon, man.
You are what you are.
You are what you are. You have at most 22, 23, 3 seasons left of relevance. That's it. It's over. The clock's ticking and you're done.
Johnston Hill Creamery, johnstonhillcreamery.com. Holiday menu up for you to order now, including the really cool holiday artisanal cheese box. That's a holiday spruce. It's a washed rind style wrapped and a spruce bark. It's a snowbell. It's their red wine tome style cheese, as well as sugar magnolia, a spiced soft ripened cheese wrapped in magnolia leaves. The Mississippi shake. It's a Havarti style with dill and peppercorn. They have mixed nuts, truffle honeycomb, and a cheese knife all inside that box. Remember, all their cheese made homemade, in-house, daily there with local ingredients. The charcuterie board box as well, dessert box, kids holiday box, and much more. 662-419-9201. Cheese at johnstonhillcreamery.com, or just stop in right there on White Oak Lane, right off Molly Bar in Oxford.
Brought to you by Pinnacle. Martin Palomo and I will be taping a Mind on My Money podcast later today. That's brought to you by Pinnacle. They're based in Madison, Mississippi. They provide detailed, specialized investment management, financial planning, retirement planning for individuals and businesses, and much more. It's mypinwealth.com, MYPINN wealth.com. John Edwards of Regency Travel Incorporated in Memphis is the guy you need to get in touch with if you're thinking about traveling. Maybe you're already booking a summer vacation. A lot of places have different levels of open. There are different restrictions with COVID and the vaccine and all of that stuff. Rather than digging around and trying to figure that out on your own, get in touch with John. He's got all that information. He can help you plan a trip that will create a lifetime of unique memories. All you have to do is give him some parameters and a budget, and he's going to give you a world of options. And you know you don't have to live in or near Memphis to take advantage of his services. 901-494-3387 or jedwards@regencytravel.net. We're brought to you by Opa, Oxford's newest restaurant on the square. Delicious menu featuring gyros, wraps, kebabs, fresh redfish, lamb chops, and more. Awesome bar serving your favorite handcrafted cocktails and frozen libations. An amazing candlelit patio. All of that at 306 South Lamar in Oxford. We're also brought to you by Grenada Nissan. If you're in the market for a Nissan vehicle, Grenada Nissan's the place to go. They've got a complete selection of new and previously owned Nissan vehicles. Great lease deals as well. It's GrenadaNissanUSA.com. Service Specialist is recruiting both an executive director and a director of sales for a brand new independent living community in Oxford. They're seeking individuals with strong sales experience and or extensive managerial, administration, operations, and execution background. Senior living experience is preferred, but not required. Those of you that want to move to Oxford and lead the opening of a major business development with a successful company, this is your opportunity. Excellent pay and benefits. Referral fees are always given, so reach out to 662-832-5138 with interest. We're also brought to you by Alpha Specialties, 1670 Highway 80 in Pearl, Mississippi. They are your trailer-specific professional. If you want to haul it, they can call it at Alpha. They can repair all types of trailers as well. Concession, horse, utility, enclosed, gooseneck, RV, and more. 601-932-9798 or alphaofms.com. And we're brought to you by The Rogue. The Rogue is your destination for fine men's clothing. Their stylists hand-select pieces from top designers, from work to lifestyle to nightlife. The Rogue has the best items from everyone and something perfect just for you as well. Also, check out their collegiate collection. Great Ole Miss gear from Peter Millar, Martin Dingman, and more. 4450 I-55 North in Jackson, or therogue.com. And don't just accept what you see, but imagine something new. Step forward and chase after a better version of yourself. Every day, Corinth Dental is helping people reinvent themselves one smile at a time. Dr. Bubba McQueen, Dr. Jenny Beth Hendrick are devoted to restoring and enhancing the natural beauty of your smile using conservative, state-of-the-art procedures, including Invisalign. These clear aligners are the virtually invisible way to improve your smile. So call Corinth Dental today for a no-cost digital scan of your teeth and let them show you the way to a straighter, healthier smile. 12 months, no interest, no down payment financing available at corinthdental.com.
Let's see. Basketball's what, Saturday?
Yes, right? Saturday night.
Western Kentucky.
In Atlanta.
Yes, that's correct. The holiday hoops, there's a name, and I don't remember what it's called. There's a catchy little alliteration, but
so catchy that you'd forgotten it.
Oh, fair. Yeah. I was even seeing Hoopsgiving.
Oh.
Holiday Hoopsgiving.
Hoopsgiving.
But it's not Thanksgiving.
No.
It doesn't work, does it?
Hand raise guy. When's the game? In November? December? Oh, so Thanksgiving's 11 and a half months away. So why are we promoting Thanksgiving?
Can we find something else?
There's another holiday that's coming up.
Let's call it Merry Madness and go with
See?
it. Okay.
There you go.
Just move on and let's get this done.
We really should get hired. I mean, we could solve so many problems if we just put us in the room for a minute.
Conference table in his seat.
Mm-hmm.
That guy should get paid really well. Not only should there be a hand raise guy, but he should get really compensated.
Yeah, for sure.
Because his job is to not let dumb things happen.
Yeah, to sit back.
It's not even to do good things. It's to prevent stupid things.
It's not to do anything. It's to prevent the idiocy. You sit in the back of the room, and you don't sit at the table.
Oh, you're not even at the table?
No. There's a conference
table. You're like reading a book. You're just kind of listening.
You're kind of listening, and every once in a while you're like,
no.
Just saying. And then you go right back.
But are you do you have priority, or do they have to just reconsider when you talk?
No,
you have.
In this case, you would say, you would just say, so the tournament's played when? And they would say, it's going to be December the 10th. Okay, so why are we calling it Hoopsgiving? Because that sounds like you're promoting Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving was 2 weeks earlier. So, and then they'd say, he's got a point. And then they'd go back to talking, and then ultimately they would come up with Merry Madness themselves and walk out of the room thinking they had done something.
Which is fine.
And that's cool.
Because you serve the purpose.
Your job is not to get the credit. Your job is to prevent a disaster. And you just let them all leave while you sit there and sip your Starbucks. And then once they're all gone, you leave too, quietly. That's the job of the hand raise guy.
And you come back in whenever it goes, and you
come back in for the next meeting, and then you solve it.
You get no credit.
No, but that's okay. If you get paid enough, who cares?
Yeah, don't need the credit.
I mean, that's like Manny Diaz. I mean, I'll humiliate me professionally for a week for $8 million. Sign me up.
Yeah. I'll humiliate myself. Yeah. You want me to say something dumb? Okay.
I'll tweet it out right now.
I did see you put out a statement talking about how disappointed he was in Miami.
Oh, did he?
Didn't he? Didn't I see that somewhere?
Hope the check cleared first.
Am I wrong? Did I not see that somewhere?
I don't know.
Like, it wasn't overly strong, but I feel like he said something. Yeah, he opens the paragraph. I got it here. I'm disappointed in the university's decision and the manner in which this played out over the past few weeks. The uncertainty impacted our team, our staff, and their families. These are real people who gave everything to the program. For them, I hurt. That's how he opened it.
Yeah, I hope the check cleared. If the check cleared, he's 100% within his rights to say that. I just hope he got his money first.
Because that's typically the rule. Hey, before the check comes in, shut up.
Yeah, because Manny's a nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, families loved in South Beach. I mean, like, that's
Now, he is the same guy that took the Temple job and 10 days later bolted for Miami. So, I mean, he does know that
he's not Todd Graham, but
he does know this is part of the gig.
Todd Graham's in Hawaii. Let me look that up. Is that right?
Ruining the program.
Oh, is he really?
Yes, just absolutely, just like
They're in a bowl game. They play Memphis.
Charles Mansoning the program. The kids hate the place.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, it's like a big story.
He's made people hate Hawaii.
He's made people hate life.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Let's see. What else? Anything? That's about it. Neal will have plenty of coverage of basketball on Saturday. You going to Atlanta?
I'm not.
You're not?
No. You want to go?
No. I do kind of get what everybody was saying about like the Peach Bowl feeling like the third choice though. Like I really didn't want to go to Atlanta. Like I kind of was like, yeah, I'm good.
Now
that might have been my back to the beginning. We'll go full circle. That might have been my favorite part of the SEC shorts thing is when he's yelling and says you did it for the Braves, but you couldn't do it for me or whatever. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
The Georgia guy.
I mean, I spit water out when I saw Hope walk out with the set. I just died laughing. Because they'd set that up earlier in the year with the Hope thing. It was brilliant.
Yeah. Had a good callback. I think she's been in 2 other ones. Well, yeah, because it was the one, she came in the first time and he's like trying to avoid it. He's like pepper spraying her and like getting her out of there to go away. Tony Elliott looks like he's headed the Virginia job to replace Bronco Mendenhall. So Clemson losing both coordinators there in Clemson. It's notable.
And look, Tony was going to get a big time job
fairly
soon. I mean, he's extremely well thought of in the business. You do wonder whether we're watching in real time the slow decline of Clemson.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that. Grind said Diaz also had a line about with the new resources being introduced. Basically, now they're using money.
Yeah. Now that sounds bitter.
That's interesting right there. Now, that's a thing. So, anyway,
he never played with those kind of resources.
No, never. And did a good job the second half of the season. Like all jokes aside, Manny did a pretty good job coming home. Had to replace a quarterback.
I know we're about to go. You're realizing that yesterday I missed a lot of things. I was doing a lot of different things yesterday, and so I've clearly missed something. What is all the buzz about Lincoln Riley's press conference? Did something happen?
Either. Well, we will get knowledgeable, and then we'll go from there. Yeah,
okay.
I
didn't know.
Yeah,
I saw that there was a lot of buzz about it, but I never got a chance.
Yeah, that did not hit my radar yesterday, so we missed that. That's our fault. We'll go to that. So anyway. Appreciate everybody in the stream. Thank you as always. Check rebelgrove.com in the meantime. We'll talk to you again very soon.